This photo was taken in Nanking by a Chinese soldier. An oil company employee was taking pictures from a drilling rig in Indonesia when he saw an object in the sky accelerating toward him. With one shot left, he took this photo just before it veered off. Photographic evidence of unidentified flying objects has come from all over the world. In June 1966, about 30 miles north of Albuquerque, New Mexico, this manned spacecraft was captured on film by leading UFO photographer Paul Villa. 3 years earlier, Villa shot this UFO as it passed over his head just above the trees, close enough for him to feel its heat. The saucer flipped on its edge, its lower half rotating. Then it traveled sideways while moving up and down. The ship hovered for some time. Mr. Villa estimated its size to be between 160 and 170 feet in diameter. This sighting covered a 5-minute time span. This photo was snapped near the Sandia Indian Pueblo. The angle at which the picture was taken gives the craft a cigar-shaped appearance, but in fact, it was disc-shaped. Robert Rinker, a field technician at the Chalk Mountain Laboratory in Colorado, unsuspectingly caught this UFO on film. He doesn't recall seeing it at the time the picture was taken, but did hear motor noises he attributed to a snowmobile. This impressive picture was taken by scientist Dr. Daniel W. Fry. This amoeba-type object is similar to those seen and photographed over Sydney, Australia. This was taken in the desert near Albuquerque, New Mexico on April 18, 1965. 5 hours later, in the same area, a second craft was visible for a few seconds. Flares used in a New Jersey civil defense test attracted this UFO. George Adamski shot this near Mount Palomar Observatory in Southern California. This was taken by Dr. Daniel Fry in Riverside, California. Observers from other worlds, intruders from other galaxies. However we describe them, the irrefutable facts are there. Something from somewhere has come. And through the development of the camera, the introduction of infrared photography, refined radar and sonar devices, laser technology, and many other scientific advancements, investigators have been given the tools needed to obtain tangible proof of their existence. One such investigator is Wendelle C. Stevens, a retired U.S. Air Force lieutenant colonel.
I was laying on a lounge chair in the backyard of my home, looking towards the Catalinas, and I was watching 2 jet fighters flying by, and as I was looking for them, ranging my eyes, I saw 2 little lens-shaped objects far beyond the jets, flying in a wobbling motion like a penny falling down, in the last stages of falling down, one behind the other, and every time they'd turn in the sunlight, they would glint, one after the other, and they continued in a straight line until they disappeared beyond the Rincon Mountains to the east.
Was there another encounter?
The second time was at night. I was, a friend had just left my house, going across town, and he was up on the northwest side near Fort Lowell and First Avenue, and he stopped his car and gone to a telephone booth to call me and say, you know those things we were talking about? I think one is going over town right now. And I laid down the phone and went out to look, and sure enough, there was a soft, luminous orange ball coming from the direction that he told me to look in. And it came almost directly over my head. And it was still approaching, and I ran back in. I told him, yeah, I see it. I'm going to go back outside. He said, wait a minute, there's another one right behind it. So I watched that, and then I watched another, and after the third one, I went back in. I said, yeah, there's quite a few. There's still more coming, and 8 of them passed over, one behind the other, about 30 degrees of arc apart.
This is one of the earliest known photographs of a UFO. It was discovered in old harbor records in Oslo, Norway, and is dated July 27th, 1907. Fatima, Portugal, 1917. 12,000 people saw this huge UFO, which was photographed by a local newsman. This photo has been published countless times. It was taken in Washington, D.C. on July 29, 1952, of a large cluster of UFOs surrounding the Capitol building dome. A Marine Corps pilot, while flying reconnaissance over Korea during the police action of the 50s, spotted this object, gave chase, and was able to get this aerial photo before the unknown darted out of sight. This was shot by an 11-year-old boy in Japan in 1976 and declared authentic by experts. The location was Tainter Lake near Colfax, Wisconsin, April 1978. A man and his girlfriend were enjoying their afternoon of fishing when the sighting occurred. He grabbed his Instamatic camera and shot these photographs during the 3 to 4 minute encounter. Mr. Joyce and his wife Norma, on an evening walk in Hot Springs, Arkansas, spotted this UFO. Wendelle Stevens continues.
I had some contact with witnesses in Alaska when I was on a military assignment up there. They experienced close approaches by circular disc-shaped craft over the polar area as we were mapping that region from 1947 to 1950.
Although limited in ways of communication and record keeping, there are still many indications that sighting of UFOs and alien encounters occurred thousands of years ago.